So guys, NZXT released a microphone. We have the NZXT capsule with unidirectional cardoid polar pickup pattern, and I'm quite curious about everything actually, because let's start with the design. We have a standard NZXT design which is always familiar with everybody in the PC Master Race community, and definitely picks up the pattern of, and that wasn't intended, picks up the pattern of the cases and everything that they produce. Nice, elegant design. So what we got inside the box? We have another box, of course, but let's check out the content of the inner box. Oh, wait, is this another? No, I'm just kidding. Of course, perfect packaging, which is just always outstanding to see. We have the cable, which is quite long, and we have one type A connectivity and one is type C. Nice. Then we have a part that most likely, and this is just a wild guess so far, we have a possibility to, well, basically two threads, one is male, one is female, for a boom arm. This is also cool. And we have the microphone right here, so let's check it out. There are some parts here as well. As I stated, the design really resembles to everything that NZXT did so far, so it's not quite a shock to have an appealing product from them, even though it's not cases, AIOs, fans, or anything else that they produce. Now, the stand and basically the microphone is just solid design. We have a solid stand which is quite heavy, and well, basically I need to tighten this up, but we'll get to that part, which is quite heavy and really does give a nice feel to it in terms of quality. Then when we go to the bottom part, you have a rubber part right here, which is purple, of course, for the NZXT, but it kind of does help you with the movement, so the microphone doesn't slide accidentally, or if you pushed it or something like that on your table. Now, as you can see, I have this issue right here, but you can tighten the sides, let's say thumb screws, to fixate the microphone in a position that you desire. So this is really nice. Now, taking into consideration everything, you have a button here at the back. At the bottom we have female screw to use this one and use it for a boom arm. We have 3.5mm jack, and we have type C connectivity. The type C connectivity is basically for your connection to your PC, and the other one is for the headset. I love the design. It has a nice slick logo, a matte finish in white. This part right here also looks quite nice and everything. So I could talk about the design all day, and we all know that NZXT produces quite elegant products, but we need to plug it in and test it out and see how it works. Now, before we go to that part, one thing that I do have to mention is it's really a shame that is only unidirectional cardoid polar pickup pattern. Unfortunately, there are some, well, not unfortunately, but there are some other microphones on the market that actually have 4 pickup patterns, and you have a knob right here on front that you can switch. So you could go with podcasts, group podcasts, gaming, streaming, or whatever. Depending on what pickup pattern you're using, you could do it. This is actually just for streaming, so if you decide to go with some sort of a podcast, it has to be turned around constantly and stuff like that. This actually has only one meaning, and it's for gaming. So they actually stated it's designed only for gamers, minimal background noise pickup, and capsule tuned for speech. This makes sense. High quality audio with 24-bit resolution, USB analog to digital conversion. It's simple and rugged, as already stated, screwless attachment, and internally shock mounted. Great features without a doubt. So the first knob is basically for your microphone gain. The second one is for your headset volume. At the bottom we have USB type C connectivity. Stand quick release is at the back, and you have the LED ring. At the bottom you also have 3.5mm headset output. Now, some detailed specification. It almost weighs 1 kilo, so 883 grams with the stand. Without it, it's 340. The pickup pattern is unidirectional cardoid polar pattern. Frequency response from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, and maximum SPL is 120 decibels. The material of which this microphone is crafted is extruded aluminum structure with PC ABS shell. When it comes to cardoid polar pattern, it's basically something different than your standard unidirectional cardoid pattern. Is that it's implemented so it can eliminate unwanted mechanical keyboard noises or noisy fans, for instance, which is always good, especially when we're talking about gamers. You usually guys have mechanical keyboards. Most likely when you're gaming, fans tend to go up a higher RPM, creating much higher noise, and then that might interfere with your voice and make additional noise on your microphone, plus also on your stream. So yeah, that's really cool. Now let's check this out. So you want to remove it, you press the button at the back and you release the stand from the microphone. Now this makes sense because the microphone is really light, and this part right here is the addition that you place here to cover up the empty spot. I think I just need to place it correctly, and after that, here you go. Looks nice, simple. You use the thumb screw, you place it inside this part, and you can buy additional NZXT boom arm which can use this thread, and you can place it above your stream or whatever you're doing, and it's quite nice, quite easy to handle it. So yeah, this is really cool. Now I think it's time to check out the actual sound of the microphone and how the speech, actually the recognition and everything, how it actually performs. Okay, so now I'm actually recording through the NZXT capsule microphone, and I don't know if, I think you can see right here that it's picking up everything that I'm talking. Let me just put the gain down for the microphone because it's really picking up huge amount of sound coming from my mouth, of course, logical, but I want to make it like more suitable for you guys to listen, because the gain is really high and you can really crank it up to the fullest. Now when we're talking about the button on the first volume, well, yeah, volume knob for the microphone, is that you can mute it. So when you push it, it actually, the LED at the bottom goes red, and this is where you basically mute your microphone. The second one is for your headset, so that's it. But as you can see, it's quite nice because you do have to have this part faced towards your mouth and give it some sort of a, I would say well, something like 30 centimeters away from you, maybe even more, 40 centimeters. That would be ideal for a nice pickup, and it won't get any not distractions, but extra sound talking without a pop filter. So it would be quite cool if I don't know the interior of the microphone, but if it had an interior pop filter, that would be extraordinary. So guys, yeah, let's check out the levels and the sound and everything else. Okay, back to the standard microphone. Now, what did NZXT did with their capsule microphone? They created an outstanding microphone for gamers and streamers because, as you've heard, it actually does pick up an outstanding voice, and it's quite nice because, well, not my outstanding voice, but outstanding sound and the clear voice that it catches and that it produces on your PC to your stream, to your gaming. It's really outstanding, really clear, and it doesn't have any interference whatsoever. So this is quite nice. The design is epic. If you're into NZXT ecosystem, this would be just perfect. Now, one thing I did wanted to see if, for instance, let's see, NZXT Cam still doesn't pick up the microphone, even though we're actually connected through USB, so it should. But I think the new drivers will definitely enroll since the microphone is out, so it would actually have more sense if the NZXT Cam application has a possibility to at least check the microphone or anything else, or maybe even adjust. So if you place a microphone on a certain position, giving you let's say the 40 centimeters that I was talking about distance, you don't want to like fiddle constantly on the microphone and stuff like that. Maybe it's quite easier to do some things through the NZXT cam. So hopefully they will do that as well and reunite all the NZXT products, the whole ecosystem through the NZXT cam application. The sound, the voice, the pickup pattern is just perfect, so clear, very nice. What I actually listened to later on after the recording actual voice through this microphone, and with the boom arm and with all the stuff that you get, it's a quite nice deal if you're looking for something that reproduces such an outstanding sound coming whatever you're actually doing, talking, podcasting, or whatever. So yeah, it's a really great microphone with great possibilities. As I stated, it could be even better if it had a couple more pickup patterns, but then the design would be also different. But since it's intended for gamers and streamers, I think this is quite alright. I'll place the links below in the description so you can check out more about the NZXT capsule microphone, and of course the NZXT boom arm for this microphone. Finally, don't forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to click the notification bell for future content. Thank you for watching today's video, and hopefully I will see you soon in another one. Bye bye.